Keith Morgan joining us now. I better make sure I get this right. A backer of Michael Gove.
Indeed.
Indeed, very well. Not a great result for him to come third, is it, with only 37?
Well, look, Michael had a difficult start to the week and a lot of people were writing him off. He had a very good launch and I think that actually he got more people than were out there publicly. So it's a good result and I think a lot of people are going to have to think very hard about who, before Tuesday, they're going to make candidate number 2, if you like, to take on Boris at the member stage. I think that's one of the big questions and I would say that Michael will take the fight to Boris and, you know, he is one of the original Brexiteers, led the Vote Leave campaign with Boris. I think they should get together and
slug it out for all the members. Except the Brexiteers don't seem to trust him so much now.
Well, look, I think people are looking for all sorts of reasons and justifications. I've heard everything this week about why people are voting for certain candidates and all the contortions and everything else. The fact is, Michael, absolutely, I mean, for decades, he has campaigned for Brexit. He absolutely wants to deliver it. As he says, it's not enough to believe in Brexit. You've got to deliver it. It was a very impressive launch earlier on this week. And I think he should be given a chance to put his case to the membership.
At the moment, it would look like Jeremy Hunt is the man he has to beat to get the second place on the ballot.
Well, look, clearly, obviously, Jeremy came second, Michael came third. It's going to be very interesting, and I'm not sure what you've discussed already, but I mean, there's a number of other candidates bunched around the kind of 20-vote mark. We'll have to see, obviously, next week, particularly on Tuesday, I think, what happens when votes transfer. I think, as we know, candidates will vote one way in the first round, and they might vote a different way.
Oh, indeed. No, and we've been saying that even though you come second and third, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be second and third in the next ballot, never mind the final ballot. Are you surprised by how much this cocaine business seemed to derail his campaign? You know, we've often said that, you know, the public's grown up now. You know, what you did when you were young or the drugs issue is not a huge issue anymore. And yet, for Mr. Gove, it has been a big issue. It's dominated him since it became public.
Well, because it is, I mean, look, it's an important thing. I mean, Michael's been very clear about it. It is a mistake, an error. He regrets it, everything else. In a way, I think it shows that people do take this very, very seriously. However, what I've been struck by is how, well, first of all, it didn't come up in the hustings that he did before MPs this week at all. Right. And actually how many local party members have taken it in their stride. People don't like it, but they are thinking very clearly about who is the right person to deliver Brexit now. So, you know, he's been very candid about it, and I think that's the right thing.
Can he move on? Is he through the storm now on this? I mean, it may have been useful that it may even have been planned that he got it out early in the campaign. No,
I don't think it was planned. I mean, obviously, it came from somebody else's, a book that somebody else had collaborated with and everything else. Look, I think he has absolutely got through it. Obviously, at the beginning of the week, it was the topic that many of us were giving interviews on behalf of Michael were being asked about. I know we're talking about it now. We will see. I mean, as I say, I think the big question for people is going to be fundamentally, the situation hasn't changed. Michael is an original Brexiteer. I think he should have the opportunity to put his case to members. The reason I'm backing him is because I said way back in 2016 when I didn't back Theresa May, I think this time in our history we need a Brexiteer to deliver Brexit. You know, they've campaigned for it, he's got the plan to deliver it, he should get the chance to do so.
OK, Boris Johnson has tweeted, "Thank you to my friends and colleagues in the Conservative and Unionist Party for your support. I'm delighted to win the first ballot, but we have a long way to go." Well, he would say all of that. That's what he would say at this stage.